Ashlee Robinson, she actually was raised locally in South Jersey, and now her death in Zanzibar is making headlines across the world. Well, today we spoke to her family in Delaware, who say they aren't getting answers from her fiancé or officials in Tanzania about what happened to her.
Uncertainty, mystery, anger, sadness. It's like a part of me has been taken away.
She posted chapter 31, and I'm exactly where I need to be, surrounded by rose petals, laughing, engaged, glowing. 6 days later, she was dead. And the man who proposed to her says she killed herself, but the medical evidence says something else entirely. But before we start, if you believe that every woman deserves justice, and that the truth should never be buried by distance, money, or silence, kindly subscribe to this channel to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Every single subscriber pushes this story further, keeps pressure on the investigation, and makes sure Ashlee Robinson is never forgotten. Hit that subscribe button right now. Let's get into it. On April 5th, 2026, a 31-year-old woman named Ashlee Robinson, known to her over 70,000 followers as Ashlee Jenae, posted what the world now knows was her final message. A stunning photo montage, rose petals spelling out HBD Ashlee, a giraffe eating from her outstretched hand, a smile that had no idea it would be the last one she'd ever share publicly. The caption, Chapter 31, and I'm exactly where I need to be. She wasn't just celebrating a birthday, she was celebrating an engagement. Days earlier, her boyfriend, Joe McCann, a 45-year-old crypto hedge fund CEO, had dropped to one knee on a safari in Tanzania and proposed. She said yes immediately. She FaceTimed her father, Harry Robinson, showed him the ring and said, "Papa, I'm happy." That was real. That happiness was real. And then it was over.
We believe that they were in love. We believe that their relationship was genuine.
According to a detailed account published by True Homicide Crime, just days after that final birthday post, on or around April 9th, hotel staff at the luxury Zanzibar resort intervened in a serious argument between Ashlee and McCann. The altercation had escalated to the point that management made the decision to physically separate them, moving McCann into a different room. Ashlee was alone. The door was closed. A few hours later, hotel staff found her unresponsive in her room. McCann's explanation to Tanzanian authorities was this: Ashlee had taken a piece of cloth from her own dress and hanged herself inside a wardrobe. Tanzanian police, citing preliminary findings, accepted that account. The death was classified as suicide, but a second medical facility reviewed the case and recorded something completely different. Not hanging, not suicide, cerebral hypoxia, caused by strangulation and suffocation. And the family did not hear this from Joe McCann. They heard it from the hotel. McCann reportedly waited approximately 11 hours before making a single call to Ashlee's family. 11 hours. Her mother, Yolanda Andres, described the devastation of that silence. She was supposed to be happy, she said in the family's first national interview with CBS News, and then she's just gone. This is the case of Ashlee Jenae Robinson, and we are not letting it go. To understand what was lost, you have to understand who Ashlee Robinson actually was. Not the version that some corners of the internet tried to reduce her to after her death, but the real woman. According to True Homicide Crime, Ashlee was born on April 5, 1995, and grew up to build a life on her own terms. Based in Miami, Florida, she cultivated an audience of over 70,000 followers under the name Ashlee Jenae. Followers who were drawn to her philosophy she called the soft life, a way of living built around ease, intentionality, luxury travel, and the refusal to settle for anything less than what you deserve. Her content was personal, candid, and bold. She spoke openly about dating, self-worth, and the kind of relationship she was actively building toward. She was not shy about her opinions. She engaged with her audience, including her detractors, directly and without apology. She was alive in her platform the way very few people manage to be, present, honest, and unapologetically herself. That personality, that outspokenness, would later be weaponized against her memory by strangers who had never met her and would never grieve her. But we will get to that. Joe McCann was not an ordinary man. According to True Homicide Crime, he was the founder, CEO, and chief investment officer of Asymmetric Financial, a Miami-based cryptocurrency hedge fund backed by major venture capital names, including Mark Andreessen and Chris Dixon of Andreessen Horowitz. He had over 2 decades of experience spanning Wall Street to Silicon Valley, including a senior director role at Microsoft. He was a frequent conference speaker. He had built his own social media following through aggressive, bold market commentary. But in the year leading up to the Tanzania trip, things had gone badly wrong. True Homicide Crime reports that McCann's Liquid Alpha Fund, the actively traded portion of Asymmetric Financial's portfolio, had shed approximately 78% of its value by mid-2025. The losses were so severe that McCann made the decision to shut the fund down entire. Telling investors the strategy was no longer serving them. For a man whose entire brand was built on precision, conviction, and financial foresight, this was a public and significant collapse. Observers would later note the timing. A major financial failure, then a luxury trip to Tanzania, then a proposal, then a death, then a narrative of suicide. The financial pressure also raised a structural concern that True Homicide Crime explicitly names. Asymmetric Financial was structured as a keyman fund, meaning McCann's arrest or extended detention would effectively paralyze the entire business. His freedom was not just personal, it was financial. Let's walk through what the source material actually tells us, step by step. According to True Homicide Crime, the couple first visited the Serenera Wildlife Resort, where nightly rates can approach $950 per room, before moving on to a private villa at the Zuri Zanzibar. On April 3rd, McCann proposed during a safari. Ashlee said yes. On April 5th, her actual birthday, she posted what would be her last public content. Photographs surrounded by rose petals, a giraffe eating from her hand. The caption, Chapter 31, and I'm exactly where I need to be. In another post she wrote, "If this is a dream, no one wake me up." Then the post stopped. On or around April 9th, according to Tanzanian police, as confirmed by Zanzibar's Deputy Police Commissioner Zuberi Campbell, in statements to ABC News, hotel staff intervened in a serious argument between Ashlee and McCann and physically separated the couple into different rooms. Ashlee was alone. Hours later, she was found unresponsive by hotel staff. McCann told authorities she had hanged herself using cloth from her own dress inside a wardrobe. Tanzanian police accepted the account. Preliminary classification, suicide, but the second medical facility's findings said cerebral hypoxia, caused by strangulation and suffocation. These two conclusions are not reconcilable. A soft piece of fabric from a dress does not produce findings consistent with strangulation and suffocation in the same clinical language. This is not a minor discrepancy. This is a contradiction that goes to the center of the entire case. Ashlee's parents, Harry Robinson and Yolanda Andres, gave their first national interview to CBS News. They described receiving the news of their daughter's death not from the man who had proposed to her days before, but from the hotel itself. McCann reportedly made one contact with the family, approximately 11 hours after the incident. 11 hours. Their formal statement, as reported by True Homicide Crime, read, "At this time, there is an active investigation into the circumstances surrounding Ashlee's suspicious passing. Although we have many questions, we are placing our trust in the officials in Zanzibar and are working closely with them as we seek clarity and answers." They described how suddenly the trip had transformed. One MO meant she was celebrating love and life in truly Ashlee fashion, and the next she was gone. The suddenness, the unanswered questions, and the distance from home have made this tragedy even more overwhelming for our family. Yolanda Andres said something that has stayed with everyone following this case. She was loved. She was not just going to be discarded and forgotten about. Ashlee's close friend, Savannah Britt, took to social media and posted a message that went viral almost instantly. She stated that Ashlee would never have taken her own life. that those who knew her knew this to be true, that McCann's account made no sense. In a line that True Homicide Crime quotes directly, Britt wrote, "I find it very alarming that an American woman died abroad days ago, and prior to my initial tweet, nothing had been said from our State Department, Tanzanian government, or local media. That silence was deafening, and the internet refused to accept it. Within hours, what had been a quiet tragedy in a foreign country became a global conversation." Observers noted that McCann had appeared to continue posting on social media without acknowledging Ashlee's passing. Reports, widely circulated but not independently confirmed, as True Homicide Crime notes, claimed that photographs of Ashlee had begun disappearing from his Instagram profile. Whether those removals represented grief, panic, or something more deliberate, as True Homicide Crime puts it, they landed badly with a public already primed to question everything. This is the part of the story that needs to be addressed directly and honestly. Ashlee Jenae had built part of her platform on being outspoken about dating, relationships, and what she called the soft life. She was a Black woman who spoke openly about expanding her dating choices, a perspective that put her in the middle of an already loud online debate about interracial dating and what some communities call divestment. After her death, as True Homicide Crime documents in detail, a disturbing wave of social media content emerged. Posts that used Ashlee's tragedy to score points in a culture war. Posts that treated her death as a verdict, as confirmation, as "I told you so" dressed up in the language of concern. These posts received tens of thousands of views. True Homicide Crime says it plainly, and so will we. Ashlee Jenae's opinions about dating did not make her more deserving of harm. Her preferences did not diminish the value of her life. Her outspokenness online did not justify the circumstances of her death. The people invoking her dating life to score cultural points are not grieving her. They are using her. And there is a profound moral difference between those two things. What her case actually exposed, as True Homicide Crime frames it, is something far more uncomfortable. The reality of what happens when a Black American woman dies abroad under suspicious circumstances. There was institutional silence. No State Department statement. No Tanzanian government acknowledgement. No media coverage until the internet forced it. Savannah Britt asked the question that hung in the air. Would the response have looked different if Ashlee were a different kind of woman? That question does not require a definitive answer to be worth asking. The anger it generated was real, and True Homicide Crime roots it in a documented pattern. Slower institutional response, less aggressive investigation, less sustained media attention when the victim is a Black woman. Breaking through should not require going viral. Justice should not depend on the size of your following. As of mid-April 2026, based entirely on the information provided by True Homicide Crime, here is what we know. The investigation is active and ongoing. Zanzibar's Deputy Police Commissioner Zuberi Campbell confirmed to ABC News that McCann remained in contact with investigators. No autopsy results have been formally released. To the public, no charges have been filed. The United States State Department has not issued a formal public statement. Ashlee Robinson's body has not yet been returned to her family. The gap between the official suicide classification and the medical finding of cerebral hypoxia caused by strangulation and suffocation remains unresolved, unexplained, and deeply troubling. A woman who, by every account from everyone who loved her, was in the happiest season of her life, engaged, glowing, posting about dreams coming true, is dead. The man who was with her says she killed herself. The second medical opinion says otherwise. Hotel staff separated the couple after a confrontation. Her family heard the news from the hotel, not from him. Yolanda Andres said it with the quiet devastation of a mother who has been failed by every system that was supposed to protect her daughter. She was loved. She was not just going to be discarded and forgotten about. Neither should the truth of what happened to her. This case is ongoing. This channel will keep covering it. If you want to stay updated on every new development, subscribe right now. Share this video, because the only thing keeping pressure on this investigation is the number of people who refuse to look away. Ashlee Robinson deserved to come home. We are not moving on until she gets justice.